Kudlow had Elon Musk on while Trump was at his business roundtable thing. There is a structurally there is a propaganda effort happening to wrestle back the narrative about the economy and the stock market, which is taking a giant shit, 900-point drop. That they brought him on. I'll show you this real quick. On Kudlow, so that Kudlow could basically run interference, and you will hear the language that they use. Let me see what because the stock market's going to vacillate a little bit because the day traders are going. Oh, let's see, stocks. Whatever that thing. Yeah, there we go. So we're at 41. Okay, so it's down from what we saw here. It's at 41,433, down 478 points today. It was down 900 points yesterday. It has not been helped. Stock futures are a little changed as key consumer inflation report looms. And that'll be the next big thing because the interest rates are not going to come down. Most of the Fed people think that we're going to enter a recession. That would be one of the reasons why they would actually do it. But because of the kind of recession that it is, it isn't the kind of thing where they're like, oh, it's about money supply. It's about other shit. So anyways, let me show you here. We won't need even to watch all of this, I don't think. But you'll get the hang of it. That Kudlow has been charged with bringing Elon Musk on to do damage control.
All right, we welcome to the show and a special interview with Mr. Elon Musk, who, of course, is famed Trump advisor.
Famed Trump advisor. Yes. In the same way that Jeff Dunham is famed advisor to that jalapeno puppet he has.
Tesla, SpaceX, chair of X Corp. Elon, thank you for doing this. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I want to begin, but among other things, everyone's attacking you
for being a complete bad
government. There was a cyber today which shut it down and may have been foreign sourced.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, the story that he's been pushing out is that it came from a Ukrainian source. Now, who here thinks that the Ukrainians, were they to just randomly attack Twitter today or the last couple of days, wouldn't use a VPN or bounce their IP through someplace else or simply just farm it out?
It's a big story.
But the Russians, though, I mean, it seems like the Russians might think, well, if we're going to do it, we just bounce it through territories we hold or servers that we have, for people that are helping us sabotage Ukraine.
Give us a moment on that.
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to.
Okay, so if you're not sure what happened, then how do you know it was a massive cyber attack?
Bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
The Ukraine area. Russia's in the Ukraine area right now. They've been in the Ukraine area since 2014.
Well, so that's your suspicion.
Okay, look at the nodding, and yes, tell that story. Write that down.
Is the website, is the internet up? Is it up yet?
Yes, the internet is up. Hold on, I've got another person at the door. Give me 1 second. Hello?
Hello,
hey,
darling.
I'm on live stream right now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right. Call me when you're done,
Okay.
and that's it.
Okay,
Sorry to
excellent.
bother you.
No, it's not at all. All right. Wait, come here. Hold on. Just say hi. All right, hold on. Lean in. Well, I'll put it on a regular screen. Hi, everybody. Hold on 1 second. 3, 2, 1. Here you go. Well, look who it is. It's Caleb, everybody.
Hi,
Hi.
What's the camera? Or no?
Yes, it's that one right there.
Okay. Hi,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, so
First time for everything.
that's true. Yeah, that's your first time
Well,
on the
maybe
stream.
Way back in the way back. Early COVID, I think we did a.
Yeah, but that was a separate one. That was before the show was the show in a lot of ways.
Lighting.
It's pretty good. I mean, I've got it set on portrait in there just in case. But yeah, we were just doing the Kudlow interview with Elon Musk.
Oh wow, that
Yeah.
must have went well.
Oh, yeah. It was
Yeah.
brilliant. And look how I think Kudlow is actually physically shrinking during the thing.
Oh yeah.
That he's teensy tiny. So how's it going? How are you enjoying?
I'm enjoying the cruise.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm enjoying it a lot. It's good to get away from the reality.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
not now, but earlier
Sure.
and every other hour.
Right.
But it's good to get away from the reality that has been my life for
Mm-hmm.
the last couple months. But
Right.
obviously, if you know, I lost my house and or my condo,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been pretty messed up. But this is a great little treat we got just a few days ago. We got called as a replacement to do this
Yeah, I
cruise,
told him at the top of the show what had kind of happened around that, and
and I couldn't be more excited to play
mm-hmm.
tomorrow night with you
Yep.
and with the guys, and for all these people who come up to me and they're like, "Oh," because
Mm-hmm.
everybody sees me and they know. And it's kind of as a bummer a little that they get like slumpy when they see me and they want to hug, but it's beautiful too because they care.
Yep.
And I love that about this community. The Monsters of Rock people are so
They are.
freaking awesome.
Yep.
We are so lucky to be a part of this, and I don't want it to end ever, but
Yep.
it's going to, and we're gonna.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
We are booked for the next year
So yes, so I've been told
for
we
sure,
booked for next year's
and the
cruise
mountain.
and the mountain.
Right. So when that, as soon as we're done with this, because I think it's bad form to talk about it at the same time. But I think everybody who likes and watches the show, who's been interested in doing a cruise at some point and needs a break from the insanity and likes the kind of music that we do, should come to the next Mork. Should like as soon as it goes on sale, I'm going to do a big Nerd Halen push
Yes.
to make us worth everybody's while, so that we also book the '80s cruise and the other ones that
Yes.
exist, so they'll know
Like
that
the
we're.
reason I knocked on your door and interrupted your live stream
Mm-hmm.
was because Larry, the guy who runs it, Larry Moran,
Mm-hmm.
asked
lovely.
me if you would do an announcement
Sure.
that they can play tomorrow, I guess, and let everyone know when our show is
Of
tomorrow night,
course.
because we're the kind of last minute. No one really knows.
Yep. I thought you just came in to sit on my e-reader. And that kind of
Oh,
stuff. It's okay. It's all right. It's
just
just
sat on your notebook.
it's okay. But yeah, I would be glad to let them know.
Okay, good.
Yep. Glad to do it.
And is everything going? Is the technology
It
working?
seems to be fairly smooth now. It was choppy before, but we shall see what we shall see.
By the way, the boat is rolling right now in the last maybe half hour more than it's ever done the whole trip. So
we're in high speed.
I just took my Dramamine for the first time.
Yeah, we're in deep water now.
Yeah.
We've gotten past the lip of Florida or whatever it is.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it's definitely. I mean, obviously, some people are feeling the sway.
I am. I'm feeling it.
Feeling the sway.
Yes.
It's good.
Anyway,
Is this upsetting? Does this make it difficult?
that's how bad it is.
Yeah, it's fairly close. I will say that it's hard for me to tell between the rumble of that and this, but every so often you go, oh, all right, there we go, okay, there we go, and the camera is aligned with me, so like
it doesn't know.
It doesn't know, right? Yeah, it stays for. But
It'd be cool if it knew, if it was like on a gimbal. Or whatever,
yeah, right. Or if I had a level, just that I had
that'd
visible,
be cool.
just like
Just if you
just the digital
in the corner, it would be just like running with the level.
Right. Yeah. So there you go. No, that's not gonna. Nobody will get it.
I think they would. If you held up a big level.
Okay.
Running with the level.
All right.
And then
go find me a level.
And we're gonna do this in the future because I thought about it. How can we make Running with the Devil a joke? Running with the level, something else, and then at the last one is you hold up a picture of Aaron Neville. Running with Aaron Neville.
But do I have to sing it like Aaron Neville?
I think we should all sing it. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I always felt like Aaron Neville, all of his albums were recorded while he was on a hayride.
Slap a birthmark on real quick.
Right, yeah. Just I left my
Running with Neville.
No tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just gave that joke away on your stream, but I think we should do it. Someday.
Yeah,
always
really,
thinking of bits.
Save the gold, will you?
Thinking of bits.
Yes.
Always getting them. Paul. This is my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I write the jokes, dude.
Yeah. No. You've come up with a couple of jokes or whatever, and I keep trying to get you like, well, then do them.
Yes.
Nothing stops you. I don't go, hey, look, I tell the jokes in this unless I come up with it. Nobody. I don't do that.
By the way, but to all the sparklers out there, time of my life, getting to perform with this gentleman, doing what we've been doing in this band, having so much fun celebrating this music.
Mhm.
Edward Van Halen is my hero forever, and to do this and to have it be as successful as it's been so far, my voice is cracking.
Mhm.
I'm just so thankful to you, brother, and I love you.
Oh,
See, okay. Back to the stream. I'm gonna go watch more music.
yeah, go for it.
You should. Are you done soon?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah,
Come down to the Rare Hair. Victor's gonna get up and jam with the Rare Hair in the atrium. So
okay.
it's down on 6.
On 6. Jesus Christ. 14 stories. This fuck, or no, 17.
Yeah, we're on 8.
We're on 8.
Just go down 2 to the middle of the ship.
Mm-hmm. I'll find it.
Follow the rock.
In the atrium?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going on. It's jamming. Brother.
Love it.
Goodbye, everybody on the mainland.
Yeah. One of these days, I'll have you sit in on the actual real Mega Worldwide at some point, because politically, we're very much in line. You will be happy to know. This is not, there was no like,
we're lucky.
Yes, we are. Because on the political nature, we are both.
I mean, I asked Kid Rock to be the singer of Nerd Hate.
Right, but when
he
right, but he would have rather. I've never been so happy to be second choice.
Yeah, I just didn't. The jokes weren't landing. The timing wasn't there.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I think his whole bit where he impersonates Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
As a deflated Macy's balloon.
Oh my God.
Like if you took all the air and all the fat cells out of Dr. Phil, you're never going to be able to see him.
I'm never going to be able to unsee that.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah, they are the same person.
That is deep.
It is Ozempic Dr. Phil.
Ozempic Dr. Phil.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Okay. Peace.
Peace out.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah, there you go. All right.
See you soon.
Yes, absolutely. Atrium, Victor, what's he playing? Do you know?
What song?
Do you know he's playing or when?
I don't know what song, but it's probably in like 15, 20 minutes.
All right, I'll hurry. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Peace out.
All right. There we go. Ta-da. Hold on. Now I'm back to relatively normal. See, I was going to send him away because I thought it was the steward dude who keeps up the room, and I'm like, I'm fine. Don't touch my shit. But I had realized I hadn't turned on the do not disturb for that earlier. Never mind. That's not important. So hi, and let's go back to the tail end of this, and then I gotta fuck off because I just want to show you the top end of it, and then I'm gonna go and thankfully some of this stuff is actually working. So fingers crossed we'll have close to normal shows. Like I don't trust that the guest in, guest out thing will work. That makes me very nervous. But I'll try and have live guests on. How about that?
It's up yet. It's up yet. Okay, good. But I just was looking back. Let me see if I get this right. They're setting fire to various Tesla charging stations near Boston. Shots were.
Are they? They are. They would be.
Fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon. Various nonviolent.
Shots fired, not a metaphor.
Shots fired, yes.
It's so good that he's like, he doesn't have a nerd laugh.
Downtown New York, marching against the Tesla.
I guess it's funny when the shots are fired at a Tesla dealership and you don't work there. You work in the corporate offices. It's so you don't actually. None of you don't even know the staff involved.
Showroom.
By the way, also protests in front of Tesla places, awesome. Projecting stuff on the front of it, totally great. Don't fucking spray paint or bomb or throw anything at stuff. No. 100% no, always no.
Your stock is way down. You've been criticized left and right.
But look on the right side.
I mean, why are you doing this?
Always look on the bright side of life.
Yes, I'm an optimist. Yeah.
But besides that,
yes. I mean, how's your day? What motivates you to do?
That's the same kind of lazy joke, like sarcastic joke that Trump would make, right?
Was the opera good?
It's tough sledding.
That's a Lincoln shot in the head reference. Wasn't an opera. Was the play good? How was the play, Mrs. Lincoln? Is I think the joke he's trying to make?
Yeah.
Poorly.
It is tough sledding. But I think we're doing the right thing here. There's been a tremendous amount of waste and fraud in the government. when you're part of the government, you saw a lot of that, and there's been
Yeah, yes. The Kudlow was a part of waste and fraud in the government. Yeah.
if you look at the Inspector General reports and the Government Accountability Office.
Sorry, the who's? You mean all the people Trump fired? The inspector generals?
There have been many audits that have pointed out that there's a tremendous amount of waste and fraud in the government. In fact, there was a report issued.
Yeah, and Trump fired all the people who make those reports. Well, I guess that's one way of getting rid of all of it. All the fraud is gone. All the waste is gone. Why? Well, because the person who kept bringing it to my attention, you know what? It's the same methodology he used during COVID. If you keep testing, we keep having all these cases. The reason we have so many COVID cases is because we keep testing everybody.
By the GAO, the Government Accountability Office, last year. So during the Biden administration, which estimated the federal government fraud to be $500 billion. So just to be clear, that's not a Trump administration thing, that's a Biden administration thing. So what we're trying to do is
keep the fraud you like and attack any fraud that you politically, anything politically you don't like as fraud.
Get that number down to a much smaller figure.
I recommend killing all the SpaceX contracts.
Save money for the American taxpayer.
I mean, if he's a patriot, he'd just do it for free anyways.
Stop money being spent on things that I think very few taxpayers would agree make sense.
Like Mars? I'm kidding.
Transgender animal surgeries or.
Yeah, nobody is doing transgender animal surgeries. That's transgenic. Dum-dum.
Look, why are we spending money?
We aren't spending money on transgender mice.
American tax dollars being spent on this?
They aren't. They weren't. They still aren't. They weren't going to be.
And the president's gone through a long list of.
By the way, just in case, I know I wanted to make this short and tight, whatever. But real quick. Let's see. Clean wheels and video. One popular TikTok video. Second user transgender mice referenced by Trump. Where the fuck is this? Okay, I'll continue reading. There we go. I don't. No, maybe later. Let's see. What Trump said verbatim. There we go. Perform transgender experiments. One of the studies it cites include research related to gender-affirming healthcare, such as preclinical studies to address breast cancer risk and treatment concerns for transmasculine people, female to male transition, which the study concluded will have direct implications for understanding BC risk and open up new avenues of treatment for cisgender men and women as well. The study notes its use of mice, but does not cite anything in it related to making mice transgender. In addition, Trump's talking point mirrors statements made by Republican U.S. Nancy Mace, right? Blah, blah, blah. The idea is, in sum, though it is indeed possible Trump misspoke during the address to Congress, the White House insisted his statement was both intentional and accurate. That he said transgenic when he meant transgender. The transgenic studies, here we go, I'll slide this down here, let's see, statements made by, okay. So the study goes to check on mice that who have received, effectively, they inject them with testosterone and see if they get breast cancer at the same rate. If they don't, then maybe testosterone could be a treatment for breast cancer at some point. So it's not about making the mice transgender. It's about transgenic mice, meaning that they crisscross their injections of hormones to see if diseases affect mice with varying degrees of hormonal stuff, estrogen or testosterone in their system. If they have a lot in their system or very little. If they're male and they naturally have a lot, or you give them more, or vice versa, that's transgenic. And in terms of this study, that's what they're talking about. So hold on, where do we go? Here we go. Back to this nonsense.
Absurd things. Why are the
Not, and by the way, not absurd at all, because if you found out that somebody, if an overprevalence of estrogen or an overprevalence of testosterone in men or women caused you to get more or less breast cancer, for example, or prostate cancer, for example, if you found out that men who get prostate cancer had more estrogen in their system for a period of time, or vice versa, or whatever, you could find out, you could raise or lower their hormone levels to make sure that they don't get cancer. If they had the precursor for it, to kind of bring it back down to from stage 1 or 2 to 0, as it may not be the thing that you treat the cancer with, but it might keep them from getting it in the first place. That's what they're talking about. That's the kind of study you would want.
20 million people who are definitely dead marked as alive in the Social Security database?
They're not marked as alive. They're just not marked as confirmed dead.
Why were...
Are they getting checks? Did you find any evidence at all that they're getting checks? That a check is being sent out to anyone over the age of 114 years old, the oldest person? Do you have any evidence? How easy would that be? We looked at all of them where the checks mailed out. You can see their payment history on every single fucking one of them. Is there and if there was, do you think they would come out and go, 30,000 of these people over the age of 125 were getting checks, right? Or 10 or 30 or whatever. After they had the access they had, if they found a single individual, do you think they would? Well, here's the thing. They might have found a single individual, and that's the embarrassing part. That they found one person who was 115 and the oldest person alive is 114, and the checks would continue to go out for months or something. But none of the ones above them, they're not finding. They found 20 million people on the rolls this way, but no checks going out. They found one check going out of 20 million. Obviously, it has nothing to do with the age point on this. That's why they wouldn't even bring it up.
Hundreds of millions of dollars of Small Business Administration loans were given out to people aged 11 and under, according to the Social Security. I mean, like, these must be some very enterprising 8-year-olds, you know.
And some pretty strong 150-year-olds.
Yes, exactly.
Let me guess. What they're going to find out is that the companies were under 8 years old.
The president said, you know, we have an enormous number of people marked.
Also, and when? Hold on. Let's check this one out. So let's chase this down. I know I got to go run out in a minute, but I got 8 minutes before the end of the hour. Let's see. SBA loans to under, let's see, 8-year-old, whatever, something like that. News on the DOGE says it found 312 million in loans that were given to children during the pandemic. In a post on social media, they said that, okay, well, I'll show you what this says. To borrowers whose only listed owner was 11 years old or younger at the time of the loan. While it is possible to have business arrangements where this is legal, this is highly unlikely for these 5,593 loans. They also used a social security number with the incorrect name. As I said, the SBA are now working to investigate the matter, according to the Post. The Epoch Times contacted the SBA for comment on March 9th, but did not receive a response by publication time. I don't know what to listen to. Also on March 8th, they wrote in a separate post that it found SBA issued 3,095 loans for $333 million to borrowers whose age was listed as more than 115 years old. Those borrowers, it stated, were listed as alive in the Social Security database, and in one instance, a person recorded as being 157 years old received loans worth $36,000, including the Paycheck Protection Program as an economic injury disaster loan. On March 8th, DOGE stated that a Department of Agriculture contract worth $10 million was for identifying unnecessary contracts had been canceled, noting that it was one of the 162 non-essential contracts that had been terminated since the start of the second. Okay, they're going to investigate it. Okay, so, but there are allegedly 5,593 of these loans for businesses where were to borrowers whose only listed owner was 11 years old or younger at the time of the loan. Nationwide. So welcome to the world of YouTubers. And who thinks that the vast majority of those things are going to turn out to be typos or bad record keeping as opposed to 5,593 loans to 11-year-olds or less? For the record. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to this thing. Again, if you're going to go with this is the same guy who told you that IP addresses in Ukraine were traced to the attack that happened on X, as if Ukraine would be dumb enough to use an IP address in their own country to attack X right now.
As alive, who are 160, he didn't know the country was that healthy.
Yes. Yes.
You know.
So demystify this. How do you do it? Okay. How big is your team?
Yeah.
Where'd you recruit most of them from? And what is it that makes you choose, you know?
Also, why would he, Larry, why would you have to demystify everything? They're the most transparent administration in history.
The Treasury or Social
You don't know these things? You don't have a list of all the employees in front of you, where they were hired from, who they get paid by? You don't have any of that information, Larry, right in front of you? Why would you need him to do it?
Security or you?
By the way, I'm still working on my DOGE report on the guys that were involved in this, but it's going to take I'm going to have to do it after this week.
USAID. How does it work? Let the public know, please.
Yeah, let them know. This is, okay, good. Finally coming clean. Here it comes.
Right. Well, we just the president's executive orders, and we also just follow the money. So,
and follow the money. So what he means is anything that we think is DEI, that's fraud.
we started looking closely at USAID because they were completely violating the president's executive orders to suspend.
You mean his illegal executive order that the court found was illegal because the money had already been allocated, contracts had already been signed. He can do it going forward, but he can't do it retroactively.
Foreign aid, you know, what's called foreign aid, but in our view is a lot of corruption.
By the way, for the record, one of the things he thinks is corruption is that USAID gives money to American farmers to give their goods to foreign countries that need food. And it is one of the ways that that the agricultural department and others manage the price of goods, of farm goods in the United States. So if there's an excess, it doesn't cadaver the price. So one of the ways they achieve price stability in agriculture is by, you know, giving away that. Think of government cheese as one of those things. Government cheese is a way that the U.S. government stabilizes cheese prices in the United States by allowing that offset that goes to impoverished people. If you remove that, then you've just got a bunch of fucking cheese on the market that will fuck the price. And the same thing is true of agricultural goods. And USAID is one of the ways, one of the mechanisms the U.S. government uses to take excess wheat or rice or soybeans or whatever they have, if they have too much of it, and it would destabilize the price, and shovel that off to people that it can help. We take the excess and we give it to them to keep the price within the United States stable. That's how you do it. And then you make agreements through the UN and others that they'll do the exact same thing so that it stabilizes the price for everybody's farmers. That's what he's calling fraud, just for the record. That's just one of the areas where this dumb motherfucker has no idea how normalcy works.
So what we saw there is just a tremendous amount of money being sent to non-governmental organizations, but actually
non-governmental organizations. Mm-hmm.
This, by the way, is I think one of the biggest sources of fraud in the world is government-funded non-governmental organizations. This is a giant
charity organizations. That's all they do all the time, and the government, instead of recreating a charity organization, gives money to those charity organizations so they can dole it out. And Republicans and Democrats have come to the conclusion over the years that this is the best way to do it. Is it? That's a question. I think so.
Fraud loophole where...
No, it isn't. This is just shit you disagree with.
The government can give money to an NGO, and then that there are no controls over that NGO.
Yeah, there are. You just stop giving it to that NGO if they act outside their mandate in a significant way. They've
given billions of dollars, in fact, we estimate tens of billions of dollars to NGOs that are essentially scams.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially. Based on what? Oh, DEI.
And
he thinks DEI is a scam. Let's just put it there. So anything that involves a non-governmental organization that works for racial unity or hiring practices or helping people prepare for job interviews or helping homeless people or any of that kind of shit that would help with your diversity, equity, and inclusion, especially the inclusion part, that he considers that a scam, and therefore he's automatically found fraud. Their list is the DOGE website is full of this shit where they just assume anything DEI is fraud. That's how he's justifying what he's saying right here. Not because it is fraud, but because he thinks that's a fraud because white South African. I can't imagine what he thinks.
I'm trying to put a stop to that, so.
I don't want to interrupt, but Secretary of State Rubio just come out, I think he tweeted today, he has accepted over 80% of your recommendations to shut down in USAID.
Right.
So your review and analysis was spot on.
Yes. So I think
because Trump told him to, and because most of the stuff they're talking about is either DEI or Ukraine has all the funding that is going to Ukraine through USAID came from the last administration and has been cut off by this administration.
when people criticize, say, what DOGE is doing, we say, well, which part specifically? Because we put all of the actions of the DOGE team on the doge.gov website.
No, you don't. No, you don't. And I've gone through, as have others, with increasing specificity as you start adding stuff to the site, that a lot of it doesn't even have. I'll show you this. Hold on one second. God damn it. Just when I thought I was going to be able to get out early and go see my friend in the bed. Hold on. I want to show you this. Hold on. Doge.gov. Let's look at something real quick. So, wall of receipts. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me get this. Where's the grants? The value of this. Yeah. So, so they basically just killed every Department of Education grant, for example, that came out here. Each of the states. The states gets a Department of Education grant through it, and they basically just canceled them. And any money that didn't go out is the total contract, and then anything the savings of it is whatever they think they have stopped going forward. And this would be the budgeted amount that goes out for these grants. And again, giving direct money to schools specifically, so that every school has books and has a functioning air conditioning system and sewage and all that kind of stuff. But the Republicans always want block grants on these kind of things. So one of the ways that they balanced it out over the years is that there'll be a certain amount of funding that goes out, and then there'll be these block grants on top of it. And that Republicans sign off on, and that's the way you can bump the budget up so that you're raising the level of spending on schools, and then the Republicans can have their way too. So this is kind of the negotiated middle ground, right? So they've just canceled all the block grants that they're talking about in here. That's not waste, fraud, or abuse. That's just the assumption that they don't like where the money is going, that it's going out, because of the elimination of the Department of Education, basically grant by grant. You're just choking off wherever these went. Now, let's talk about transparency, shall we? This the 2/7/2025, February 7th, 2025, value $9 million, $9.4 million, Department of Education, that's the agency. This is what it says. 8.4 million saved, 9.4 million total contract. Does anybody know what the fuck that's for? What was that money for? Was it for salaries? Was it for food? Was it for replacing the ventilation systems in schools post-COVID? Was it for security? Was it for, I don't know, gun safes? I don't give a shit. Like, what is it for? And how do you know, looking at this, that this is money saved versus just money not spent that will actually cost us more later in sick kids or uneducated children or whatever? You don't. All of them say this. Why is this a total contract 6.2 million, savings 1.4? So this has already been paid out, whatever it was, up to a certain point. That's all you get. The contract's not attached to it. What the fuck is this? How does anybody see this as anything but an embarrassment? Because if it's all terrible, show us why it's terrible. Look at that. 11 million contract, 6 million savings. Department of Ed, here's USAID. This is my favorite. Total contract, 500,000. Savings, 0. What the fuck does that mean? It's listed as a savings, and yet when you click on it, it says it was a $500,000 contract, 0 saved. So that means it ended. Well, how do I know it wasn't going to end already? Do you? Do you know it wasn't one from last year or 10 years ago? Just bullshit. Like the idea that this fucking website, here you go, 15 million contract, 1.5 million in savings. For what? It's just under USAID. You're only saving 10% of it. So what was you have to pay everything except what? The government fee of, was there a tax on it? What's this one? Anybody know? I mean, welcome to the world of Trust Me Bro. This whole fucking website is just list after list of these kind of things. Now, we looked at some contract stuff that they had before, but most of it's, again, it's just, DEI contracts. They're trying to, like, I guess, let maggots know that they're doing this. These are all the contracts in here. They're just anything in here. They just closed it out. Here's a $20 million contract, 0 savings. So it's already been paid out, but they want credit for it already all being paid out. So, or they canceled it. This is a $45 million contract. They saved 24. What does that mean? How do you know? How do we know where that money's going? Here's a $45 million one. No savings at all. Why the fuck is the text green? Does anybody know? Anybody know why the fucking text is green? Shouldn't it be red? Isn't that the cost? Because you don't, right here, if you click on this, it says $45 million, right? There's no savings at all. The 45 million is the number on the right. It's the total contract. The green, I would argue, is what's saved, right? But the illusion is that you're supposed to just scroll like a dumbass over this and go, oh my God, look at all the savings. This should switch back and forth. This should be the red and this should be green, right? But they don't want any red on here. And again, Department of Education, this is, look, this one doesn't even say anything. It just says the number. Fuck is this? What the fuck is that? Does anybody know? You don't know. Taxpayer doesn't know. Is there going to be is the DOGE committee in the House or the Senate going to go through this fucking list line by line? This is the DOGE site. This one they saved $40,000, or no, they only spent $40,000 of this contract, whatever the fuck it is. All it just says, here's Department of State, $25 million contract. They saved $3 million. Here's a $50 million contract, 0 savings. So why the fuck is it listed? If you didn't save it, why is it on the list? Just because, even if you canceled it, how do I know it wasn't already over? I could do this all fucking day. This is what they have listed. That's it. Just shit after, like, meaningless. Absolutely meaningless. And no verification. All Trust Me Bro. All of it's green, even if it doesn't save shit. Just clicked on another green one. $2.2 million contract. 0 savings. So it all went out the door. It was all legitimate, apparently, but that's green. Then why are you listing it as something you've taken down? None of this. Just on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Nothing. Fucking nothing. All Trust Me Bro bullshit. There's 1.3 million. 0 savings. How about that? How about, you want to go specific? Here's what I would go specific. He's like asking, how, be specific. You don't like what we're doing? Okay, here's what I would like you to do. Don't list anything that you didn't save a fucking dime. Let's start there. Just take all that shit off the list. I don't want this $1 million contract that you listed where there's zero savings added to the fucking list of, oh my God, we're doing a great job. Fuck off. You're not. This doesn't, I don't even know why this would make the fucking list. Does anybody? Can anybody justify putting a contract that either came to an end or was automatically, or you had to pay it out just to get rid of it without getting the work done? Let's just say, let's cancel this contract. Well, there's a clause in the contract that if we cancel it, we have to pay them because they were planning on doing work. Well, cancel anyways. Fuck them. Okay. Why don't we just get the work out of them? Or give them another task, whatever that is. And if it's DEI stuff, you go, we've retasked them since we have to pay out this contract to focus entirely on helping, I don't know, homeless people get, job skills. The fuck? What is this? So how about that? There's a specific thing for you. Stop putting it in the green. Stop listing it as like a savings when you didn't save anything. All you did was stop work that you didn't like. Again, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm assuming this is based on they don't like DEI, so they just canceled the contract, but they had to pay it out anyways. But that doesn't, why would I even assume that's true? I don't fucking know. Nobody does. How do I know they didn't just go, oh, that's a contract. That's for my buddy Gary. He should get $1 million. He helped us, with some of the Tesla charging stuff. That was a bond issuance for, a small company. And we think he should have that money. So off it goes. All right. That's my fault too. I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not doing that anymore. This is $1 million they just threw out a fucking window into a chipper shredder or something. Zero savings. So why the fuck is it listed here? What? Oh, look at this. This is another one. Doesn't even list what it is or what the savings are. It's just a contract from USAID. How do I know this doesn't represent, 10,000 starved children? Because I have every reason to believe it does. So yeah, I'll go specific there. How about that? I'll go 100%. There's my specific thing. You don't get fucking credit for random contracts that are $1 million with zero savings listed in your fucking green text as if, look at all this money we're saving. It's like a pile of green. On and fucking on and on. And it doesn't matter where we go. Like, look, I'll click on this again. I'm clicking on these at random. $496,478 total contract, zero savings, and you don't even know what it is. Like, why would I even assume that's a real fucking number? So yeah, there's whole Kudlow bullshit where they're helping him prop up this nonsense. There's my specific question. It's not even a question. It's a direct criticism. The DOGE website is bullshit. It's full of, look, here, we'll revisit this one more time. He was just talking about this.
All of the actions of the DOGE team on the doge.gov website and on the DOGE handle on X. So we post the receipts.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not post their fucking receipts. I might as well just make a fucking random list of numbers and call it a receipt.
This action has been taken. This action.
Again, it doesn't even say what action's been taken. It doesn't even, and in a lot of cases, no action was taken, just the contract was paid out. So you literally are paying for work that was not done.
So when we get criticism, we say like, of what? Which line do you disagree with?
I disagree with every line that just randomly says number and savings next to it listed as green, having the number overall being listed as green instead of just the savings one, even if I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that it's something. I also disagree with every line that doesn't come with a copy of the contract attached to it or what's viewable. There are nothing to these lines. It's all bullshit. Until proven otherwise. Why the fuck would I trust this asshole? Mr. Self-driving car. Mr. Rocket that we're going to save the astronauts in a couple of weeks, but except my rocket just blew up on the on takeoff.
Like which cost saving do you disagree with?
Oh, no. You don't get to say cost saving. That's a presumption. I have to presume you mean that's a real cost saving. I have no evidence it's a cost saving. For all I know, you paid out the contract and the work wasn't done, which is not a cost saving. It's a waste of fucking money.
And people usually can't think of any.
I can think of dozens. I could literally go to the website, and I have multiple times, and point them out directly. Fuckwad. So CSL, I'm gonna bug out now because I'm gonna go, because people kind of get the point of this. But we should slice off this chunk of the show tonight and send it to Musk's crowd. We should send it to the Doge guys. Now, I know what they're probably gonna do, which is like cyber attack my VDO or any of the sites that I'm on, or call somebody at a company and try to get my show shadow banned and all that kind of shit. That's because that'll be their response, because I might be the only person pointing this fuckery out. But it's not going to stop me. It's horseshit. It's flim flam. It's garbage. It's a heist. Hashtag Doge is a heist. And the idea that I'm supposed to just trust this dickhead who has access to everybody's social security numbers. And again, hackers don't just take stuff out. They put stuff in. So for everybody who's afraid that this motherfucker is going to come for them, it isn't going to be that he's going to erase your records. He's going to put shit in there to fuck with you. And I don't care. So have at it, asshole. This Doge is a heist. That's all you need to know. Hashtag Doge is a heist. And we can spend all fucking day looking at this. He's passing off as a website and go, what part don't you like? I don't like any of this. I don't like its vacant bullshit nature as a website. I don't like its farcical numerology based accounting. I don't like the fact that it's all trust me, bro. That and the idea that the only thing transparent about Doge is that you can see right through it. It's a fucking heist. Period. End of story. All right. On that note, chat room, I'm going to let you guys go and wish me luck. And hopefully I'll be able to stream with some regularity while I'm on the boat, because this didn't turn out half bad.